Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever you choose to identify as. It is your boy Cam, the number one Shinobu hater. Where they are glazers, they're also haters. And I'm that for Shinobu. The so called insect Hashira, more like the fraud Hashira. And we are back with another Attack on Culture. I am joined by the boys for Sav. Go ahead and say hi to the people.
You're
Yeah, that boy got his face on. He done upgraded the technology. Yes, sir. So you go see
Boy
Day
back.
Trail from now on. You know
I'm
what I'm
out
saying?
gulag, man. Gulag.
We here. And we got a returning face. That Bezos operative number 5620-0 has finally been released from the programming. We got the boy Chris J back with us. Say hi to the people, Chris.
Yo, I'm finally back, man. Look, man. At this point, it's like I'm the special guest when it comes to this show. But hey, it is what it is. I'm back, y'all.
Bro, like, it's been a while since the legendary Sanin has came together and we all been on an episode with each other. Um, this is a good thing. It should be fun. I wish it was more news packed. We about to clown, so it should be a good one.
There's whole lot of goofies in this episode, but we got some decent things to talk about. Just in case you are new to this, you clicked on this video for the first time, you don't know what the heck going on. This is Attack on Culture. It is a weekly nerd culture podcast that we do on Tweeking Media. So anything from anime, video games, manga, comic books, you name it, we talk about it. So welcome. If it's your first time, welcome back. If you are a returning listener, we highly appreciate you. And you can do something for us real quick. It's for the freeskies. Show this video some love, like the video, comment down below any of your thoughts that we talk about with today's topic. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Click on that bell icon to stay notified of all future posts that we drop on the channel. And share this video across all of your nerd friends. Help us get to 1K sub, guys. That is our goal for the end of this year. Also, be sure to check out our social medias. Twitter at Attack on Culture, TikTok, YTM Clips, Facebook at Tweeking Media. All those links will be down in the description box down below. And also be sure to check out all the other content that is available on our channel. Right now, we have Freeze from the Ring, which is our sports podcast. So if you are interested in anything wrestling or basketball or anything else when it comes to the sports medium, be sure to check that out if you are interested. We have Views from the Couch, which is a series that Detroit and I do. We delve a little bit deeper into games that we don't necessarily have a lot of time to cover on the pod. And also Gotcha on the Gotcha, which is a series that I do on the channel, covering everything to do when it comes to gotcha degeneracy. Just in case you are here from Gotcha on the Gotcha, be on the lookout this week because we got a lot of content dropping. We have the Star Rail 3.6 update patch dropping. We also have the second part of the 2.2 patch dropping for Triple Z. And Goddess of Nikkei is having its Resident Evil collab, which I am highly excited for. So be on the lookout for that. Yes, Resident Evil is getting goony, as it always has been. So be on the lookout for that. So we got a lot of things to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into the bulk of kind of what we're going to be talking about, which is the gaming industry being the gaming industry and Randy Pitchford being Randy Pitchford, go over some other things first. First things first, as a movie connoisseur, your boy watches movies. And this past weekend, I wanted to see it opening weekend, but life happened, so I wasn't able to. But I was able to catch it this weekend. So I'm going to be talking about The Long Walk, which is based on Stephen King novel. When I first saw the trailer for this, I forgot what movie I went to go see, but this like immediately got my attention just based off of the premise of it. It seemed like it was like some sort of like dystopian world where like for somehow people are absolutely okay with young men walking for an extended period of time, and if they stop walking, they get clapped. So it is what it is in regards to that. I will say this. I've seen a lot of movies this year. I will say this has been an absolutely fantastic movie year, in my personal opinion. I think it's been really good. Sinners was probably my movie of the year, that and Ballerina, because I'm a John Wick simp. So that movie was already going to be in my top 3, top 2 list for this year. But Long Walk for sure is probably my movie of the year. This was a great film. Very emotional. Now, I don't want to sound cringy or corny, but like I typically don't get like super emotional when it comes to stuff. Like I can feel sad and stuff. I'm not. The point I'm trying to make is that I'm not like in the theaters, tears about to roll down my eyes. I'm not gonna lie, this movie got me choked up because this movie does a great job at character building. That's kind of the main strength of this movie is the camaraderie between the main cast, particularly the 2 main characters. Forgive me, I'm bad with names. I think one of them was like Grady, and I forgot who the other one was, like a black main character and a white main character. They had really good, like the goal of the movie was to really get you to care for these characters, and they succeeded in it because if you've watched the trailer, you know that they're going to die. Like you even see it in the trailer, like some of the kids getting clapped. But so you go into the movie expecting like, okay, these characters, because only the premise is essentially there's this unnamed war that we lost. Now I've heard some based off my research, it's supposed to kind of be based off the Vietnam War. But I mean, it's unnamed in the movie. But because of this, our nation is super poor. We like basically financial situation is absolutely terrible. So they hold this event called the Long Walk. In the movie, I think this is the 15th Long Walk. Essentially, if you win the Long Walk, you get a bunch of money and you get a wish. Essentially, that wish can be whatever you want. It just can't be anything that will change any like policies or something about like, so you can't, because my big thing is like, why doesn't someone wish for the Long Walk to not be a thing, but you can't wish for that? So it kind of has to be something materialistic in a sense. And there can only be one winner, and you have to maintain a pace of 3 miles an hour. You cannot stop at all for any, like, so you get 3 warnings. After warning 3, if you're not walking for 3 miles, you get popped. Okay. And so you got to keep walking. Can't take no bathroom breaks. Can't sleep. Can't do nothing. So you got to keep walking until there's only one person left. It's a big event. The whole nation is walking, and it's supposed to instill this sense of patriotism and like love for the state. Because the general character he's kind of like the bad guy who's played by Mark Hamill. He's like, America is lazy and they don't want to do anything. So the Long Walk is to inspire you guys, to inspire y'all to not be lazy and to work for your country, right? There's a very clear message that this movie is trying to portray when it comes to the setting of everything happening. But the main character, he wants to go into the Long Walk, not necessarily for the money or for the wish. He has a hidden agenda. I'm not going to spoil anything, but because I definitely think this is a movie that you need to see for yourself because it's really freaking good. But he meets this other character, this black main character, and they kind of form this very strong camaraderie. And throughout the walk, you get to kind of find more about these characters, more about their goals, their aspirations, more how they feel about the Long Walk, what they're going to do with their wishes. And it culminates into basically, as the movie goes on, people die. And this movie just does a really great job of like, because genuinely I was like, I don't want a lot of these characters. I was like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. And when it happened, I was like, it's going to happen, but it still hits hard. So this movie does a fantastic job with that. Just a great cinematic experience, in my opinion. Like even the theater experience, like a lot of us was just like getting shocked. There was like laughters, some people crying in the audience. So like, again, can't recommend it enough. If you have a chance to watch it, if it comes on streaming services or you can catch it on a discount, I highly recommend you see The Long Walk. You will not be disappointed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on. So anime season for the summer is wrapping up. Chris and I, being the resident weeaboos, we've seen some anime things, so we got some things to talk about in regards to how we felt about some things in like our favorite animes and things of that nature. Chris has a lot more to say on the subject because I have my my legs in different avenues when it comes to the nerd stuff. So although I do watch anime, I don't watch like a lot of it. But Chris, since he's washed on video games, he doesn't play video games anymore. His PlayStation is just a paperweight streaming machine service. So he's a fraud when it comes to gaming. So he'll have a lot more to say when it comes to anime. So I'll give my thoughts real quick on kind of how I felt about the overall anime season and my personal favorites and recommendations. So starting off, I will say that this has probably been the best anime season we've had so far this year. Lots of really good hitters for sure, as far as like new anime or continuing animes or season 2s of shows that we've been looking forward to. So all in all, just a fantastic anime season. I want to talk about 2 in particular. My anime of the season and my anime of the year. Probably definitively, because I don't see anything coming close to it. So my anime for the summer season, my favorite one, is going to be Gachiakuta. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. So this is again, I've talked about this on the podcast, but just a brief synopsis of the show. Essentially, Rudo, our main character, is from this place called the Spear. The Spear City. There's 2 sides of it: rich people side, poor people side. Rudo's from the poor people side. He likes to collect garbage from the rich people side and sell it. And basically one day he walks into his adoptive father getting killed. He gets framed for the murder, and they have this system where if you do something bad, they kind of like execute you in front of the audience as like an example to not do anything bad by dropping you from the island into the surface area that has been filled with trash, and you're basically not supposed to survive. So Rudo he gets cuts off, and then basically he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge. I hate you, Spear people. I'm gonna get my revenge. So that's that is the kind of the synopsis of it. I really do enjoy the show. It's shonen, and I am a sucker for revenge plots. My favorite movie series of all time is literally a revenge plot about getting revenge for a dog. So I'm a sucker for it. So I like it. I love the aesthetics of the show. The art style is really great. We got a lot of diversity. Shout out to the mangaka for making actual black characters with actual black hairstyles, and the English dub hiring black voice actors to voice these characters. Shout out to forgot his name. Chris, did you know his name?
I know who you're talking about. I forgot bro name too, but he did a great job.
Like Jabba or something like that.
Yeah,
again,
whoever did Jabber's voice,
yes,
made him sound like a real YN. Yes, and I know I don't like using that term, but dude legit is a YN.
Yes, he did an absolutely fantastic job voicing the character. The plot is interesting. The power dynamics with the whole like givers, where if you hold a certain amount of value for an object, it gets imbued with power and you can use it as a weapon. And that's kind of how they've been surviving on the surface world. Is all very enticing. So definitely this is going to be an anime where I am definitely going to be continuing this by reading the manga, because I'm not going to be patient enough to wait for a season.
Actually the season's ongoing, I believe. This is
okay, cool. It's a 24 episode thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then we good. But I'm still going to read the manga, because I'm assuming 24 episodes is not going to cover everything once it's over with. So shout out to Gachiakuta. Highly recommend you check it out. And for my anime, so this technically didn't come out during the summer. I think it came out during the winter or spring.
Spring
and
season.
It was spring season. It was ongoing. It just ended this season, so I want to talk about it because it's relevant. To Be Hero X is probably my anime of the year, undoubtedly. This was a show. Again, I talked about this on the podcast, but it just ended, and a lot of people are gonna say like a big point of this anime is the animation style, which is really good. The whole aspect of CGI is ruining anime is dead now. It's a topic that people just need to stop, because a lot of studios have been doing their thing when it comes to CGI stuff. And Studio Ghibli, y'all got it. The main character, not the main character, but one of the kind of like hyped characters, which is X. He's the number 1 hero of the show. His power is basically reality manipulation. He snaps his finger and he can turn either the entire world, and nobody notices it, but he can turn the entire world from 3D to 2D, or he can change certain aspects of the world from 2D to 3D. So they do a lot of cool and interesting things with the animation style based off of that. So And then just again, there's no real main character, but there's just continuing stories, continuing arcs of a lot of different characters that they established throughout the series that kind of culminates into this one big plot moment. And for people who love shonen stuff, a lot of people's favorite cliche arc when it comes to shonen is the tournament arc, and that's going to be a huge thing in season 2. I've also heard rumors that it's going to be a meta thing too, because the biggest the way the power works in that universe is it's like social media powers, basically, where however popular you are is how powerful you are in that universe. So I heard news that they are actually going to incorporate like us, like we can vote for our favorite heroes in the anime, and it'll determine like who wins or like who like advances to the next round. So interesting mechanic. I'm curious to see how it's gonna go, but I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. But it's
we did some trolling. Troll vote's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be some bots trying to vote for their favorite hero. But again, it could be something interesting. Because I mean, they kind of used to do that back in like the Nickelodeon days too. Was y'all remember like El Tigre?
Yeah,
Did that with one of the endings of the show. So I'm curious to see how they'll do it for this one. Yeah, check out To Be Hero X. It is my favorite. It could get eclipsed, but so far it's my favorite.
I want to say something, and this is for you two niggas to be so animated out, and I have to find out about 2B Hero X off Twitter. That's crazy, and y'all consider to be my friends. I've been asking for an anime to watch for years now.
L accountability on
now.
L accountability on.
I didn't even watch it. Yeah,
you didn't watch it.
Cam and Beans been bringing up in the group chat, so
I've been bringing it up in the group chat, and I've also talked about this show multiple times on the podcast.
Yeah, too.
So it is on you that you didn't check out the show.
You gotta hold that one.
L accountability. You not putting this on me. That is 100% on you.
I saw that clip of that nigga fighting them dudes. It was like fast.
Snapping his fingers
and the dog was doing the spinneroonie. I'm like, man, what is this?
Listen,
I gotta take out some time to
that's
finish.
What, he got suckered in by the dog.
I've been known to be like someone who's been like not looking forward to watching anime. I've kind of established this multiple times on the podcast. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I don't really care about watching anime like that. But this anime season has reminded me of the love of the game, and To Be Hero X has reminded me that there are still solid bangers out there. And not only that, but Chinese animation studios are stepping it up, bro. Because like this is like genuinely one of the best. Like I said, the Demon Slayer movie has it as far as animation is concerned. They got it for this year. It's just there's no competing with Ufotable. They got it. But if we're talking about anime, I haven't seen anything better than To Be Hero X. Nothing. I mean, like you show that one fight scene of X just fighting those gangs, and then he just snapping his fingers and switching to art styles. Your favorite anime doesn't compete against that from an animation style, in my opinion.
From what I saw, I think the only people who touching that is them niggas at Ufotable. I think it's a 2-man race between those two.
Yeah, so I said like the Demon Slayer movie is like the only thing that's
That's
it. But that's a movie with a movie budget. This show, man, like we're talking about just anime shows, it's got it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the summer anime season. Chris, go ahead, let us know your thoughts.
All right, so but overall, this has been a really great season. Really, really great season, because I was saying to say last season made me very meh. Even previous season was very meh. Even the season before that was extremely meh. So I'm glad that all these studios sat there and said, we're going to step the game up. Do it for the love of the game. So like Cam mentioned, Gucci Okata, really good. To Be Hero X, I've heard great things, and I will probably end up binge watching it in between the seasons, in between the season drought, because it's literally 24 episodes, so I can get through that in like 2 weeks. But either way, great season. My highlights, but I want to give a couple of ones, just notable ones real quick that I'm not going to talk about like that. Don to Don season 2 was really good.
Yeah, solid.
Respect to that. That was really solid. And then also I'm gonna give credit to, even though this is an example of Netflix, y'all gotta do better and love yourselves and do it for the love of the game. The anime, romance anime, The Flagrant Flower Blooms
I've
with
heard things
Dignity.
about that.
That's actually good. It's only 3 episodes. I think the 4th episode came out today, and watch
Three
it yet.
episodes.
Yeah,
Are they
it's only
like
3. It's 4 now. It's 4 as of today.
are they like 40-minute episodes or something?
No, it's just like 3 episodes has dropped in America. But once again, it's been streaming in Japan's Netflix. Unless you got a VPN, you got access prior to the whole season by now. But for us in America, yeah, we're gonna drop it when we feel like it. So this didn't really come out live like in for America, unless you was watching it through alleged means. But watch the first 3 episodes of that this week. Really good. But my highlights are Sakamoto Days. As somebody who's a Sakamoto stan, from when I first read the manga and when it was animated, I was like, look, this old fat white guy is raw. He is raw. And this season, they definitely stepped it up in terms of the fights and all of that. Like, because this season was pretty much more based on, now they are introduced to characters and all of that, the side characters, all of that. The world's kind of established. Now you really get in the feel for the villain. And the villain, what's his name? Slur, I believe.
Yeah,
Slur. Yeah, that's really his name is Slur. G. That's why I'm like, oh wait, that's how I can remember his name. But Slur, introducing him as a villain, his motives, very much. But Slur and his homies and what they plan on pretty much eliminating the assassin society in Japan as a whole. If you read the manga, Buddy is wilding. If you read what's been going on in the manga, that's all I'm gonna say in regards to that. But right now, it's just his motives in terms of just bringing down the assassination society in Japan, I believe mainly. But it's just the fight scenes have been really amazing. Yeah, animation wise, they have stepped up entirely. And once again, if you do not respect the GOAT that is Sakamoto, G, I can't mess with you, G. Add Sakamoto to the characters that can whoop Rock Lee's ass, G. But once again, another character that could whoop Rock Lee's ass easily. While he's fat or skinny, it don't make a difference. He's watching Rock Lee. If you so got an issue with it, guess what? Argue in the comment section amongst yourselves, because I'm not. But Sakamoto Days has been really good. I believe that has one more episode before it ends, and this is going to be the fight between Sakamoto and the dude they're fighting, who's like a VR based. It's very hilarious how this was going right now. But even the previous episode where dude was fighting psychic folks and the two other people, really great fight. Great animation. Netflix, you definitely stepped it up because season 1 was a little in, but I roll with you guys. Next, I'm gonna talk about is Kaiju number 8, season 2. Once again, I think Cam brought it up with the CGI. The CGI was a little in season 1. This time they blend the CGI of the kaijus and the regular animation so much better this season. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But overall, the story and just the emotional aspect of it is so much pulling, with this season, as you already got to deal with how number 9 is moving. This nigga moving like goddamn the Joker. Like he took the spoilers at this point. And plus, honestly, if you haven't finished reading it, you probably already know. But if you but either way, the number 9 took out the captain of the kaiju force, the anti-kaiju force. Pretty much took him out. Great fight, by the way. Really great fight. And pretty much everybody was like, damn, G, we screwed. What we gonna do? Blonde hair shorty lost both her parents to kaijus and shit. Everybody said, no, we about to level up, G. And I loved even like white-haired folks who we haven't really seen all season because they separated everybody from group 8, group 3, whatever. They were like, nah, he's gonna upgrade. And just seeing that whole thing just was like very inspiring, Also, Ashley enjoyed it because when I would watch, she was like, "Oh, what are you watching this again?" I'm like, "So you're doing something right." If she's able to just hop in and actually, so shout out to Kaiju number 8 in regards to that. And then my
hold on to that feeling. Don't let that feeling go, man. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to it.
You're right.
All I'm gonna say about that, because I already got enough people hating on me because of Shinobu. But all I'm gonna say is, hold on to that feeling.
And then my last one, and this is actually my underrated one for the season, Togenaki. So Togenaki, I'm gonna go in a little more detail on because this really
Anki.
Yeah, it is. If you want, this is shonen.
This is One Piece. This is like Bleach shonen, like Fairy Tail, Bleach, One Piece shonen.
If you want fan service in your shonen, they give you fan service, but not to the extreme. Let's put it that way.
If you want a show where every female character has more than double D titties, this is your show.
If you like thick women, thick animated women, this is for you. That's the best way I could describe it. But just to go over what it is, so pretty much like I said, this is like reverse Demon Slayer almost. You're rooting for the demons, even though they're called Oni on here, and pretty much the Oni are blended in. They look like regular humans and all of that. They don't legit look like demons until some of them either awaken and get their powers, or they just really look regular. Like it just depends on how they pretty much grow up and mature. And as we learn overall on, it's like more to it. But the main character, Shiki, his stepfather, is actually part of the villain group, the Momotaro, where they pretty much, the Momotaro hunt down Onis. And it pretty much is like a
with extreme prejudice.
Some of them really do not give up at all. Some of them is like, nah, they gotta die. So like, especially the main villain that we see at the end, that towards the end of the episode 6 on, it's like, oh yeah, this dude's legit crazy about it. But you also learn there are some Momotaro who don't necessarily hate Onis. They have some sympathy, which once again was the main character, Shiki. His pretty much his adopted father was a Momotaro who eventually retired and raised Shiki up to be pretty much a regular teenager, which you learn on like, dang, he actually had a regular teenage life up until the Momotaro, the big bad Momotaro, pulled up and said, "Hey, bro, you still raising this little nigga? Yeah, we got to kill you." And his adopted father died protecting him, which led to Shiki pretty much raging out, which we learned like, oh yeah, he pretty much took the main Momotaro guy to the max and took his arm, but he still lost the fight. But moving on, it's pretty much Shiki just going to this school, gets recruited by like the Kakashi type Oni guy. I forgot bro's name on the rollerblades.
I know. You just gotta call me the fraud man, because I thought this man. I literally was like, okay, we got another Kakashi type character. We go put him on the Mount Rushmore of like Kakashi type characters, bro. That episode when he ran into those two Momotaro people. Now I know some people are gonna be like, oh, he was protecting the weak, blah 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 blah. I'm thinking that like he go block it with some cold move, and then he go come out the dust or something like that. This man is on the ground. This man is on the ground.
Look, all you had to do was put the wasted thing, and dude would have been like, "Hey, look." But
I was like, "Yeah, you're not even in the same conversation as Gojo and Kakashi, bro. Can't put you up there, Brody. I'm sorry."
No, nowhere near. Well, Gojo a different breed. Honestly, it's to a point we gotta just call it the Gojo class because he took from Kakashi until matter of fact, Kakashi alive. Never mind, I take that back. But I take that back. Kakashi is alive. But dude pretty much meets they Kakashi figure. I forgot bro name on the rollerblade Kun. That's what I'm gonna call him, rollerblade Kun. Speaking of which, it's kind of funny. Both Kakashi figures on Agachi Kuta in this show, they both use umbrellas. I kind of use that, which is like, yo, that's kind of crazy. But he recruits them to the school. Then you meet all pretty much of the, I think almost 8 other Oni little Onis, as I call them, and now they got to do some little tests to make sure they don't get expelled, which led to shenanigans occurring. Then they go on their first mission, which episode 6 on. Shout out to that mission where Shiki kind of learns, hey, it's real out here, bro. People legit hate you guys for existing, and they hunt you guys with extreme prejudice. So like when we met the Momotaro people, like who became the main villain in the last 6 episodes, dude just wants to experiment on. That's all he want to do. He wants to experiment on them, whether it's kids. He don't care. They went to the extreme, making sure they show this dude is evil. He killed the little boy. He killed the little boy for no reason. And then say, I might experiment on him. Say, no, kill him. Sick freak. But also that's where we start really seeing the fan service to the extreme, because the sidekick villain built like literally like look, hey, look, man. But we see pretty much at this point, we see all the little Onis, they get their moments, showcase their powers. Just so you guys know, because people been talking about this. The blonde-haired shorty student, y'all gotta chill, because that's still a child, by the way.
Yeah, she's still in high school.
She's still in high school, but her mindset is kind of crazy though. Like it's grown women built wired like her.
She's every red-pilled internet man's favorite caricature of a woman. Yeah. Like she is the woman that they talk about all the time, that they want in their lives.
Yep, which is why when that alchemy beast pretty much stomped her out, I was like, gee, that's exactly, unfortunately, it's kind of sad, but it's like, damn, this kind of what happens in those type of situations, unfortunately. I hate to say it that way, because she got saved by the dude that she was pretty much overly simping for, and hey, move on. But overall, great show. Highly recommend. It's very underrated this season because look, To Be Hero X got a lot of love. Of course, like To Be Hero X got a lot of love. One Piece got, look, once again, I know I didn't talk about One Piece much, but this was when we got the a lot of backstory, but also
all the Kuma and
Kuma backstory and Luffy versus pretty much Aokiji. The old niggas.
Or not Aokiji, Kuzan.
Yeah, Kuzan, and then the old niggas as well, which is ongoing at the moment too. But overall, this was a really great season. Really great season. Fall season looking to be really good. Just I'm gonna give you guys a preview on that much later on, so be on the lookout for that. But a lot of good stuff in this season, even stuff I didn't really talk about that I just tuned to watch. Pretty solid too. I can't really say there was anything like I watched and I was like 3 episodes and I can't wait to drop it. Whatever I watched, I stuck through. So shout out to this season.
Yep. So that's our thoughts on this anime season for the summer. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. What was your favorite anime that you liked? What were some yays? What were some nays? What were some myths? Let me know your thoughts down below. So on to before we get into our news segment and our main discussion, me and Detro, we play games. I play games, so let's talk about some games. So one game came out in particular. I talked about this in the last podcast episode. So Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky first chapter released this Friday, September, I believe, 19th. So this, I've been looking forward to this game for the longest time. If you know me, I'm a Trails simp. I absolutely adore this series. One of my favorite JRPG series ever. If you are somebody who is looking for a role-based, just continuing story, just great characters, solid world, solid settings, great power structure. If you're looking for something like that, The Legend of Heroes is the game series for you. And now, if I'm being honest, this is the perfect time to jump into it, because this game is the first game of the entire series. So it's Legend of Heroes is kind of broken into like multiple sections. So we have the Sky series, we have the Zero series, Cold Steel, Reverie, Daybreak, and next year we have the End of Zamoria that's coming out. And so if you want to get into the series, now is the perfect time to get into it. This is a complete overhaul remake from the ground up of the very first game in the series. If you literally do a comparison right now to this game and what it looked like back, because I think this originally came out on the PSP, it is a night and day difference. So and also this is really good for people who are like on consoles or multi-plat, because the only way that you could have played the original trilogy was through Steam. Didn't have like a console release or anything like that. So this is kind of introducing the series to multiple platforms, which is always a good thing. So so just a brief kind of, I'm not going to delve too deep into the story or anything like that. Just because, I ain't, saying it's a lot. This game is a lot. I mean, I think there's like 15, 16 games in the series, so I can't go too deep into it. But essentially, the game kind of starts off. There's the two main characters, Estelle and Joshua Bright. Joshua is adopted into the Bright family. I believe the opening cutscene, I think they're like 11 years old. Estelle's dad brings them in and is like, hey, this is your new brother now. So they grow up and now they want to become what's known as bracers. Now, bracers in the Legend of Hero series they're kind of like good mercenaries. They do a lot of support stuff around their particular region, when it comes to monster hunting, finding lost items, escort missions, you name it. So Estelle wants to become a bracer. Her dad is like the best of the best of the best bracers, and so she wants to be her goal is to be better than him. And Joshua is basically along for the ride. He wants to be a bracer too, but there's some other goals that he has in the back of his mind that he's not saying. He's a little edgy boy sometimes. But they become junior bracers and they get into a lot of stuff. So right now I'm currently in like the final part of the prologue. I'm about 10 hours into the game. And I'm very much enjoying it. The gameplay, they've made so many gameplay improvements from the previous entries of the series, to where I truly do think that this is a good game for newcomers to come into. Like, if you're not familiar with the series at all, you can jump into this game and it's not overly complex or complicated or anything like that. It's it's simplistic, but it has some depth into it. Lots of exploration that you can do, lots of decent customization you can do for the characters, the music, fire. And overall, I have been enjoying playing this game. I've been taking my time with it, sinking my teeth into it, and just getting ready, because I mean, we got there's just a lot of good stuff going in the Legend of Heroes universe. So like I said, next year we're getting like, I want to say, I don't know if they advertised this as the final game in the series, but I think they said it's like close. So like it's a culmination of everything that these previous games are building up to. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So once again, if you are someone who is looking for a turn-based RPG to sink your teeth into, this year has been a fantastic year for JRPGs in general, or just turn-based RPGs in general. But if you are looking for something to scratch that itch that Expedition 33 may have left, or whatever other games you've been playing, you want to sink your teeth into great characters, great combat, great music, and just a great story to go along with that, Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky First Chapter is the game for you. It is $60, and I think it's worth the price. So with all that being said, I don't have a rating for it, because again, I'm still in the prologue. But it's a recommendation for me. So on to that. So on to the news segment. So we really only have one piece of news, and this kind of like, they did it again. Because they did this back when the Switch 2 came out. Xbox kind of like snuck their 2 cents into it by saying like, hey guys, we're increasing our console prices because we're Xbox, and everybody loves and wants to get an Xbox Series X. So, we think it's worth it to increase our prices. Well, Xbox heard all of the feedback that you guys have sent them about, hey, no one wants to buy an Xbox that's that expensive. And they said, you know what? You're right. Let's make it even more expensive for you guys. So Xbox has raised the prices again. They try to let you take the floor on this one. Tell us what's going on.
So yeah, I forget the exact date, but it happened sometime earlier this week or last week to be exact. Xbox out of nowhere. Usually it'd be like some press release or something like that. And I just threw that out there like, hey, these console prices is going up. And a lot of the gaming consensus has been, oh, this is tariffs. So you go on Twitter, people is like saying, you voted for this, you voted for this. I'm sorry. They trail about to throw his tinfoil cap on. I don't think this is because of tariffs. Now, I do think, chip shortages and things of that play a factor, along with the way the console was made. Of course, that price is going to go up. I think the reason they upping these prices is look at the time they did it. We are in September, October, November. November is holiday season. Holiday season, a lot of people are going to get their kids a nice and powerful Xbox Series X or S. They rose them prices to make up the money for that console selling garbage. So they rose the prices around this time. So when they make, people probably going to, get an Xbox. They like the Game Pass, more of the things of that nature. In the next couple of months, they can start recouping the loss they make. Because there is the staggering amount of, like, the divide between Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox in terms of console sales. It's crazy. It's not even, like, a competition. And and it's not to say that Xbox and it's an exclusive thing, I should say, because a lot of Xbox players, and this is the fault for, Game Pass, or the real, like, one of the small critiques that you have, a lot of Xbox players or their fan base just play their games on PC.
Yeah.
So a lot of them play their games on PC. A lot of them use PC Game Pass. And PC Game Pass is low-key better than the console one because you get games that's exclusively made for, like, the computer. So that's that. But I think that, and y'all can let me know if y'all think the same way, but this don't seem like the terrorists are whooping us type thing, right? Because one, you can't really say that out loud no more. Phone him and get you out the paint if you talk bad about his tariffs. He'll get you out the paint, so don't you do that. But then again, you will see the industry start doing it as well, up in prices again, right? That 2 terabyte Xbox Series X is $800.
More expensive than the PS5 Pro.
There's no way you can justify somebody buying an $800 console. Now, back in the day, the PlayStation 3 at that time was one of the highest priced consoles.
It was worth it too.
When it was like what, $600, $500?
It launched at $600.
Yeah, it launched at $600. I think that was the one that had everything. PS2.
Yeah, the backwards compatibility.
It had everything in that motherfucker. At the time.
It was a really good system. Like, but that price margin destroyed.
They handed the keys to Microsoft and said, "Here, you won."
And everybody bought an Xbox 360.
In the beginning.
Mind you, at that time, PlayStation Plus was free. There was no PlayStation Plus Gold, Platinum. Like, you played online with your homies for free. And they cooked. And that system had to keep going down and down. And they kept at a loss for the PS3. And if you go back, the PS3 had bangers on that system. And I'm going to fast forward it down with this. The talk around Xbox is so bad. And, like, I'm going to let niggas know a little thing personal about me. Like, and it's not nothing personal, but it's like how I operate in terms of, like, what I do when I doom scroll, right? Normal people doom scroll for, like, laughs and stuff like that. I doom scroll for information. So when I go across things, I like to pick something and just start deep diving and finding out more about what's going on. I I found out through one of them Xbox podcasts, I can't think of the name. Some of the Xbox game, like people who exclusively review games on Xbox, are not even getting review codes from developers because there's no point in even doing it. So like, dude didn't get no review codes for Borderlands. They get no review codes for any of like the newer games that came out. And they said Silent Hill, they probably won't get one for that either. Because the faith in that console is so smoked, bro. It's so smoked. And this is not like a console war type thing. It's just business mismanagement, right? When it comes to the console war and the casual fan base, it's literally who wins is who friends play on what system. Basically. PlayStation 4 won that series. Yeah, did they have great exclusives? Yeah, but everybody decided to play Call of Duty and 2K on their PS4 rather than their Xbox One, and that's the reason it won that generation, right? And that's the reason PS5 leading the charge, because people decided to play 2K and Call of Duty Black Ops 32 on their PlayStation 5. And that's the reason whatever next system come out and do it. That's the console on the casual sense. But on a business sense, there's no logical reason to buy a Xbox. So for all you fanboys who want that system to become a mainstay and a first party, the best thing Xbox can do is fully fledged say, I want to be a third party developer and just compete with Steam. That's the only thing they can do. I want to say one last thing. My bad. This does not bode well for the Xbox Rogue Ally pricing either.
Yes.
I don't want to take bets, but that thing probably rolled out at $800.
No, it's been revealed. It's been revealed. It's going to be like $1,000.
A rack for a handheld.
I think it's like there's like two versions. One of them is like, I think one of them is 800, 900 or something like that, like around that price, and then like the best one is like $1,000, I think.
And
I could be wrong, but that's what I saw.
And niggas come back to this video, because the moment that price get released for that little handheld, this holiday season, Steam might just tease they handheld too. They might just tease that Steam.
And they might just be like, "Hey, give us like 500." And
they might just, it just be like 5. You know what I'm saying?
Give me like $500 and y'all good to go, man.
Yeah, that's it. What's y'all thoughts on the console?
Hey, that thing right there, y'all see it? That's my Xbox Series X right there. That's right there. I have not touched that thing in a long time. I have not touched that thing.
Dragon came out, G,
and a long time. That thing is a glorified paperweight at this point. Even if I do play like Game Pass stuff, I play it on my PC because it's just better. So for people going like, you just must be a Sony pony, it's like, bro, you can't see it, but like literally on my desk right there, or my drawer, in order, my PS5, I have my Nintendo Switch 2, and then my Xbox Series X. I have everything. I've never subscribed to Console Wars because you're broke. And just say it. Just say you broke and move on. I can afford all the consoles. I can play all the consoles, so I don't have any stake in Xbox or Sony or Nintendo doing better. I just like playing video games. The tariff thing has been disproven a long time ago. It's a myth. Nintendo themselves, back when the Switch 2 came out, Bowser, the head of Nintendo in America, fitting name, Doug Bowser, he literally said on interview, tariffs had nothing to do with the pricing of the Switch 2. They thought that was what the Switch was worth. Mario Kart, we already know it had no effect on digital goods, because Mario Kart, they said they believed that the value of Mario Kart was worth $80. So their tariffs have nothing to do with it. At this point, they're doing it because they can and they want to. So for people trying to cope their way into thinking that tariffs have something to do with the price increases, Brody, no, they're just greedy. And I'm going to tell it to you like this. as someone who has owned the Xbox Series X, I bought it day one. So I bought the Xbox Series X day one. I pre-ordered it. See, so the Xbox digital is not worth $600. The Xbox Series X, the one that I have right now, the one that has the disc, is not worth $650. You are out of your mind. And the 2 terabyte one, $800. Hey, listen, I know a lot of people say, a lot of people hate when PC people come up here and say this, where they say, hey man, instead of just buying an expensive expensive console hardware, you might as well take that money and invest in a PC. You might as well do that, especially if you're somebody who likes Xbox, because Xbox Game Pass is on PC. You can get a better performing hardware to play your games in, and Xbox controllers work seamlessly when it comes to Windows devices, so you don't have to worry about that. So genuinely, this is no console, this is no Sony fanboy, Nintendo fanboy. This is literally a matter of just rational thinking. There is no reason to buy an Xbox. None whatsoever. It's a waste of money, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But those are my thoughts on it. It has nothing to do with tariffs. Microsoft's just being greedy. They're trying to capitalize. Like I think like the holiday stuff, like there's merit to that. I don't think it's the full reason. I just think they're doing it because they can do it, and they just don't care. they're just like, hey, we're just gonna raise the prices of the Xbox because we can.
I really do think they try to recoup. Like, I don't know the financials of Xbox in general, but I do think they playing in a loss and they trying to get as much money as possible. And I'm talking about just simply on the Xbox side of Microsoft, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft like, bro, is this division dead or not? You know what I mean? Because if it's dead, we can start moving furniture. Like,
and I mean, like you might get those like ignorant rich grannies, but in this economy, it's the stupidest decision you can make, because nobody, even ignorant like gaming parents, their kid is gonna ask for it somehow, some way in the year 2025. Their kid is gonna ask for an Xbox Series X. Their parents are gonna see that thing that we're talking about, low middle class parent is going to see that thing is worth $650, and they're going to tell their kids no. Now maybe you can get the Xbox Series S for sure, maybe $400. Maybe you can cope your way into the 512 gigabyte Xbox Series X. But in this economy, there's again, unless it's a rich ignorant family, there no parent is going to be buying their kids an Xbox during this holiday season. I just don't think it's going to happen.
One last thing before you go, Chris. We can't talk about niggas who ain't upgrade yet.
That's what's going to be my point. That's what I was going to
be like, hey, y'all ain't upgrade. Y'all had enough time. Yo, when they ever lowered the prices of these systems? I'm not even just talking about Xbox at this point.
I was actually going to get to that when I talked.
Yo, when these prices ever drop? These joints been out here for 5-6 years already.
5 years, yep. We're entering year 5 in a couple months, or a month, if I recall correctly.
Year 5 of that PS4, you getting that joint for $200. $200.
They still developing games for it.
Little Jimmy is not getting the Xbox Series X. He's getting the Xbox One if he asks for that console.
That's even worse.
Hold you. I'll be so salty if Mom, I want an Xbox Series X. She like, I'm gonna get it for you for Christmas. And I see that little white box with the black circle on there.
$600 for a console that's like 5 years old, bro. You're not, little Jimmy not getting that Xbox for Christmas.
Buy a PC. I'm not even want a PC, nigga. Buy a PC, bro. Get your money's worth.
Honestly, but just my thoughts, like before I go into the thought that you brought up, Day Trail, but yeah, it's a mix of I really think Microsoft at this point, Microsoft gaming hardware wise is just a dying brand at this point.
It is.
I will be really shocked that these niggas really do make another console next generation. I will be really shocked, but who knows? But it's just, like this is the second increase in a year. So I can't even put. You could argue the first one was probably tariffs, whatever, but even I'm not buying that at this point. It's just everybody trying to get their bread up. They taking advantage. They're gonna use tariffs and let people run with the tariff narrative. But at this point, these companies, organizations, or whatever, all trying to get their paper up, and Microsoft is at legit a loss. Game Pass is a blessing for the gamer, but also is a curse for them because at the end of the day, you're not making as much money off the hardware, especially once people realize, oh dang, I just really need a decent PC and I could play all my games from Xbox's past and present. Cool. Like you don't even need a quality PC anymore. You just need it's good enough. Especially if
or
you're
a decent gaming laptop. That
too. Like, and you can get that for like 600, maybe 500 if you're lucky. Like if you go on eBay, you could probably find one for a good one for a good deal. But either way, they just trying to make their money. They trying to maximize profit off this console. Some people sit there and will say, well, you can lower the price and then that will attract more people. Possibly, especially in this economy where, look, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. It is what it is. Or quad pay your best friend, my nigga. But either way, I'm just being honest. But people ain't trying to drop the bread for a system that doesn't have anything that's worth getting, especially if I can have access to the same Microsoft exclusives on what we're using to do this damn podcast on. Or if I could sit here and play old Xbox classics like Def Jam Fight for New York and stuff and be a nostalgia gamer off that alone and be happy. So it's not worth the investment. It's why, like, it's not worth the investment. But I'm not mad at what they're doing. You can do what you got to do. It's your product. Do what you can to try to get some type of profit out of it. But I still strongly believe that Xbox is not going to have a system next generation. They will just outright be a full-on developer, publisher thing. They might really just do more of the little handheld thing and just compete with Steam Deck in regards to that. That might be their best role of action is put money into your little PC handheld. So that way you can just sell on like, hey, this is a portable PC. You can play Xbox games on it and woo out the bam in and push, you can't really sit there and openly say emulation, but do as you please on this as you will on a Steam Deck. It just has Xbox on it. And just to kind of highlight the for us who kind of did get into this generation early and people was like, you guys have no games to play. Well, either way, even though me, who I know I'm not super hardcore gamer as I once to be, I'm glad that I'm not suffering and have to pay more for these systems than I had to now. That's all I'm sitting and say. A lot of people still playing PS4s and proudly because for one, developers just ain't getting over making games for it at this point, unfortunately. But when it's time to upgrade, or you have no choice but to upgrade, you paying $200 more than what we originally paid, which is I'm gonna kind of get my last laugh on that because a lot of you guys were pulling that ain't no games card while you two over here reviewing games on a weekly basis, enjoying yourselves. So you guys kind of shot yourselves in the foot and hurt y'all kids too, because just because y'all was happy that they wanted to play Fortnite all goddamn day, well, guess what? That support's only gonna last so long for both former systems in this generation. So it is what it is. I feel bad for us, for the consumer. It sucks, but blame the economy that we are in at the moment. If you don't got it, you don't got it. You gotta be realistic. Or once again, quad pay. Quad pay is your best friend. And if your homie messed up your quad pay because you thought, oh, I would never use Klarna. I'm never going to use Zip. I'm never going to use Afterpay. Go ahead and screw it up on some BS. Now you can't use it. And your credit probably going to be in hell too. But it is what it is with that. Game is the game.
Yeah. So those are our thoughts. Well, one last thing too, as far as like future, if you want to cope your way into saying that you're buying it to invest in the future of Xbox, realize that this year alone, Xbox has killed and canceled games and studios out the woodworks.
A lot.
So even from a future investment, it's still not worth investing in an Xbox because Microsoft has told us through their actions that they have no intention of utilizing any of the billions of dollars that they spent on these gaming studios for some unknown reason and doing absolutely nothing with them. So there you have it. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What y'all think about the price?
You can play these games on the PS5, my nigga, or on PC.
Yeah. So it is what it is in regards to that. Xboxes have been looking rough, man, but it is what it is. But again, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, what y'all think about that stuff. So moving on to the main discussion. So this is going to be the Borderlands section of the video. Borderlands just recently came out. Gameplay, game-wise, there's been some good things that have been said about it. So, you know, we don't like to appear to be negative when it comes to like gaming stuff. We're very passionate, but that doesn't mean that we're overtly negative when it comes to gaming stuff. So we're gonna be fair to Gearbox, and Daytrail has been playing Borderlands 4. So we are going to give the review of Borderlands 4, and then afterwards we're going to be talking about Randy Pitchford being Randy Pitchford. So Daytrail, take it away. Give us your thoughts on Borderlands 4.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I can find the like my time on Borderlands. I couldn't do it. I low-key was too lazy to pick up my controller. I thought it was gonna be on the start screen. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I probably sunk about 15 hours in, a couple hours. Bopped a couple bosses. It's a banger. It's a banger. Like, and this discussion is gonna tick me off so bad later. But it's really good. I think, and just to be real concise, Borderlands fans kind of only want, you know, one thing out there, Borderlands, and that's like really good gameplay. If you want to simplify it. Now stories matter too. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't the crutch of a Borderlands game. It's the gameplay. It's what you can do to bosses, the different guns, and the builds you can make, right? Because it's a looter shooter at the end of the day. This game is really good. Some people compare it to Borderlands 2, which is like the holy grail for them Borderlands fans. I treat games individually, so I think this game is amazing. I think the gun diversity is really good, really spread out. I think the farming for bosses, which a lot of the fans do, I think that's really good. They made it better for fans with like the Moxies, like replay. You can just literally go up to like a little Moxie station where a boss is at and just replay the boss on and on and on. All you gotta do is pay a little change, a little Borderlands change, and you can refight the boss on and on and farm all the weapons you want. Back in the day, you used to have to X out the game in general. Like you have to go in, fight the boss, press start, exit out, then come back to do it all over again. So they just chopped that off by like they chopped farming off by hours. Everything else is like really good. It's really like fun. It's a really fun game. I'm enjoying it. I play it mostly solo, and I'm having the time of my life. So many activities to do in this game. So much fun. So this is definitely going to be a platinum for me. Definitely going to platinum this game. But so much stuff to do. The only gripe I have with this game, it's the UI and not the UI. I'm sorry. It's the optimization. Optimization is garbage. Not gonna hold you. Like if this game was a 9, optimization will bring this down to like a 7. Like that's how bad it is, right? Now, in terms of like, and we'll get to it. In terms of like people with performance, I haven't really went through that because like I'm playing solo, and I'm not at super high levels in which I'm nuking stuff to get the real screen shakes and tears. But just in terms of, I want to give y'all a little taste of how bad like some of the optimization is. So there's a feature in this game in which you like mark guns for junk. You don't plan on using them. You only specifically plan on selling them. That's broken in this game for some apparent reason, and it has to be like one wrong number in the code or something like that. But when you go on the start menu to click like to junk, say for instance this hand right here is the stuff I want to junk, and this hand is the other guns above that. If I try to junk these guns, it will mark the guns above that, and you can't do nothing about it other than closing the application. I mean, not application, like closing the game and turning it back on, like going to the main menu, turning it back on. Other than that, the bottom half, you will not be able to click to junk those guns. Every time you click it, you will mark guns that you didn't want to junk. So there's a chance you just sell guns that you didn't want to junk. I have no idea how that's like a thing. Another situation, there's been times where like I have like not like soft locked myself into situations. There's been times where the waymarker marker for a quest disappear, like absolutely just disappear. Like I literally would not know where I was going, and I was like, yo, did I beat the quest? Did I, touch that? Nope. I gotta go back to the main menu and come back, and now the quest going back originally. There's this one quest where I have to I meet one of the main characters in the game, and it was like, all right, go to this elevator, and I'm just standing on the elevator with this person. This person's just walking aside because it's an NPC, so it's moving. I'm like, yo, move, nigga! I got work in the morning. No, like, and I have to close the game and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, you can tell. Somebody at Take-Two was like, hey, is it finished? Oh, no, we got some stuff rough around the edges. Hey, send that stuff, nigga. We ain't got time. We ain't got time for y'all to be playing. We got money to make.
Right.
But it's not optimized, nigga. It'll get optimized.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it later.
We'll fix it later. But other than that, it's crazy. I would do this. Say for instance, you went to a restaurant. The waiter sits you. Everything's good. They timely. They make sure they give you all the water and stuff you need. You look at the menu. You got some stuff that you want to eat. You get you a nice 16 ounce New York strip, right? You get you a nice 16 ounce New York strip. The waiter is like, hey, what you want? Your meat, like temperature. You'd be like, I want a medium. You're like, all right, I get you the medium. They bring out your appetizers first before your steak come out. Nice appetizer platter, cheese sticks banging, the spinach dip on fire. They gave you a complimentary blooming onion. You're like, man, this place is great. Your steak finally come out. The mashed potatoes and asparagus on the side tastes really, really good. You open your steak, and it's well done.
It's burnt.
Like, everything else was perfect. But when you get to that steak, it's well done. And now, even though the steak is seasoned perfectly, you can still taste that little rubber of them not caring as much as you wanted them to. That's Borderlands 4 for me. Everything else is amazing. But when they needed to nail it, they couldn't nail it. And I would say this, I'm going to keep it a bean with you. If it was any other year in gaming, other than 2025, and probably 3 years, the other 3 years, this game would have got nominated, like for a Game of the Year award. No doubt. It would have got nominated. And people would have just, do the shoo to the optimization. Because I want to keep it being with some gamers out here. We about to flame Randy Pitchford. So don't think we about to defend him in any type of way. We about to flame that nigga. But people don't care about optimization as much as people think they do. Because Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. That game was hot garbage off the mask.
God, release? Oh man,
but the game was so good that niggas closed their eyes when they went into Act 3. Okay,
yeah.
I got soft locked myself with the submissions in Baldur's Gate because of how bad it was. But game was so good, niggas closed their eyes. Any other year, this game will have a nod, but unfortunately, not as good as Silk Song. Shouldn't even be in the same breath as like Expedition 33. Wasn't made by Kojima, so it ain't gonna be in that nod. But it's a good game. Definitely buy it after some patches and it goes on sale. If you're a Borderlands fan, you would want this game. I'm not lying to you. If you're a Borderlands fan, you want this game. I picked the character I picked, and this is the last thing I'll say. I probably picked the weakest character out of all of them, which is Eamon, and he's really good. But compared to the other three niggas, y'all will have fun with this game. So that's it. I give Borderlands, if it's a quick rating, probably like an 8, solid. You know, if it was letter grades, give it a C+. You know, stuff like that. Really good. But play it for yourself. Get it on sale. Do not buy no Ultimate $300 Vault Hunter edition. You're stupid if you do that. Not like that. You're stupid. Get this regular price. You don't need no skins. We don't know what that DLC going to be about. So you wait on that.
If you get it.
Hey, should I? You know what? I could just lead on to that dumb nigga Randy Pitchford. During you know the release of this game, people was having fun. It was having fun, right?
Right.
But they was like, hey, you know, there's a little problem on console. We don't have an FOV slider. Yo, can we get that? And on PC, it was like, yo, in higher levels, the game get a little janky. And Randy, I don't know how to close my mouth Pitchford. The only reason I know this nigga full name is because how stupid this nigga is, right? Come out and say, hey, nigga, that FOV slider, we'll patch it in later. Enjoy the game, though. Hey, nigga, your PC garbage. Nigga, get a new PC. That $2,000 you bought for that, what's that stuff called? Your NVIDIA, your little capture cards and stuff like that you bought. Your little, I don't know, I ain't a PC, nigga. But all that stuff you rigged up, garbage, nigga. Get your money up. In order for you to play this premium game, nigga, you need
premium
money.
If you're a real Borderlands fan,
he did a money spread on Twitter on niggas, bro. He said we ain't made, and he won't stop tweeting. Like won't stop tweeting.
He cannot shut up.
Niggas was on Randy Pitchford before the game released. Cause niggas was like, hey Randy, you know, Borderlands came out, y'all didn't say no price. How much this game gonna be? You know, Mario Kart, $80. Borderlands shouldn't be $80. And he was like, I don't know. But buy the game, whatever price we set it at.
But if you're a real Borderlands fan, you'll buy it at any cost. That's what he said. If you're a real Borderlands fan, you'll buy it at any cost. And I think yeah, he was the same person who was like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, I worked really hard to buy this expensive game and blah 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 blah. And like you should be able to do the same thing. This man does not know how, and it's, to me, the crazy thing about this is, so he obviously, people know Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox, and I've heard some stories over the years about like his position within Gearbox. There's been a lot. Randy Pitchford has had a lot of controversy, a lot. I mean, you do a simple search of that man's name, it's not pretty, but. It my biggest thing, right? And I could do some more research on this, but it's like, how much power does this man have within the company? Because there has to be some form of stakeholder or shareholder or some executive leadership, PR department. There has to be somebody there that has the authority to tell that man to delete his social media account or something. Because this man, and this is not a one-off incident. People know he did this during Borderlands 3. This man cannot shut up. He reminds me of a certain other person in power that I won't talk about on this podcast, where if you say anything remotely bad about his product or anything, even if it's just a form of like, love Borderlands 4, really great game, loving it, like what Detrail said, optimization is terrible. When can we get some improvements on it? What? Like, he just, everything, like, all your praise goes out of one ear, in one ear, out the other. If you say anything negative, it sticks with him like glue. And he is like, oh, well, I mean, if you just had a better performing. And then there's people who literally tweet out their specs. Like, I have top of the line, the best PC that you could afford in the market right now. I have it, Randy. And here's proof that I have it. These are all my specs. All the most expensive stuff ever, I have it. And your game is performing like crap on my hardware. And he's just like, well, it just must be something like with the Windows update or something. I don't know. It's like, this man does not know how to shut up. And then he tried to, I think it was like last week or something, he tried to garner sympathy by posting up like this tweet of like basically someone sending him like a hateful message and like saying like, you know, when you die, no one will mourn for you. And I'm just like, you're picking and choosing at this point, bro. Like, we know that there are some people there are trolls out there, right? And it's, you know, getting death threats and stuff like that is completely unacceptable. I'm not trying to defend that. So for anybody who comes at me, death threats are unacceptable. It's a video game. Move on with your life.
Ain't that
but picking and choosing how you present the critique that is being shown to you is just as equally invalidating, in my opinion, because you're going like, oh, someone sent me this email and it hurt my feelings. And it's like, you have all these people who are giving you valid criticism, who are telling you the state of your game is completely unacceptable, especially at a $70 price tag for a premium game. And so to me, you are essentially like, I'm not necessarily saying that what Randy is doing is negatively going to impact Borderlands 4. Like, if you like Borderlands 4, him being an idiot shouldn't ruin your experience with the game. But a lot of the conversation around Borderlands, instead of it being on the game, is on Randy Pitchford. And that's just not a good look, like, at all. Because again, this man does not know how to shut up. So I don't know who is running the PR department, who is the shareholders, or how much power this man has at Gearbox. But y'all need to do some serious deep diving within your company and make sure you put the proper checks and balance to be able to walk into this man's office and tell him straight up, delete your Twitter. Shut up, mute it. Because the fact that this man is responding to any and everybody is crazy to me, bro. You are the CEO. You are the CEO of Gearbox, the leading authority on anything and everything to do with that company. You represent that. So the fact that you are this childish is a bad rollout for your company's reputation and for Borderlands. That's all I gotta say about it, bro. Randy, my biggest advice to you personally, I don't have anything against you. This is not me overly hating you. All I know is who you represent yourself online through social media. So, as someone who's passionate about gaming, who likes to see good games succeed, who likes to see valid criticism met with the appropriate response, my biggest advice for you, 2 words. 3, but I'm trying to work on my swearing. I'm not swearing on this channel anymore. So you know what the 3rd word is, or 4 words technically. Shut up. And that's it for me.
Hey man, you got too much money to be talking, bro. Stop tweeting. That's the purpose of the customer service department, bro.
Man.
Leave it at that, bro.
Wow. If all he has to do is go on Twitter and say, Borderlands fans, we hear you.
That's all
it.
he really got to keep it simple as that.
All he could have literally just put, we are aware of the optimization issues that many users are experiencing. We are working on it right now, and be prepared for a future announcement where we announce some patch plans in the future for Borderlands 4. But in the meantime, here's some compensation rewards, and whatever is like the compensation that like people like in the Borderlands community, you give that to the players to kind of ease them over, and that's all you got to do.
And look, hey, Gearbox under Take-Two, right? If I recall correctly, aren't they under Take-Two umbrella?
Yeah.
Take notes for Ronnie 2K. That's all. It's like, take notes for Ronnie 2K. That's the ultimate finesse up over there, man. Take notes from him. Take notes. That's all I'm saying. Take notes from Ronnie 2K. Even he knows how to appease the people, even when people are slandering the product. Man, got freaking.
That's all you got to do, man.
Wendy deals jumping out the gym.
Be as succinct as possible while leaving that hope. And that's all you got to do, man. It's just a simple, basic PR.
That's all.
But yeah, that's all I got to say. You got anything else to add, Ditcho, Chris?
Nope.
All right, so let us know y'all thoughts on Randy Pitchford being Randy Pitchford, or just your thoughts in general, how you guys are feeling about Borderlands 4. Do you agree with Daytrail with his reviews? You know, let us know down below. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into yet another episode of Attack on Culture. If you stuck around for the whole thing, you a real one, and we highly, highly, highly appreciate you for sticking with us. Once again, like, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Help us get to 1K subs, and depending on how things go, we'll see you next week. But also be on the lookout for other content on the channel. Threes from the Ring, Gotcha on the Gotcha content that's coming out. And with all that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. God bless. See you next time.
Be smooth.